Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today is drywall day. The drywall hangers just finished, and so I figured I'd give you kind of a walk through the house and kind of show you what they did and what to expect for your build for drywall rough-in. So this is the stage where all the drywall is hung, but it is not mudded or taped or finished or anything like that. That comes next. So we're here in the garage, and you can see that all of the various, boxes for outlets and whatnot have been cut out, and the walls as well as the ceiling. You can see they left me my garage door opener wires. I don't think I did a video on that, but it's good to do. Get your garage door openers early. That way you can run your wires behind the drywall and have them nice and hidden. So in my case, I've got 3, and for each one, we've got 2 sensor wires for the door, and then 1 control wire pair for the actual control on the wall. So you can see here, 2 sensors. This happens to be, for, this for that door and this for that door, but you get the idea, right? There's a sensor on each side of the door that runs back to the unit. So I don't think I ever mentioned that, like I said in a previous video, but good thing to do. That way you can run them behind the walls and get it all tucked away nice and neat. And you can see back here, around the control wires, we're gonna have the 3 control pads, just, in a line on the wall. And what they did is they bundled these 3 wires. I had them all, taped off here for them to run outside. And they ran them in just one hole, which doesn't work for me because I need them to pop out behind the controller. So I made this slit in the drywall and was able to fish them through like this. And then that way the tapers can, tape over that and clean it up. And that way they'll be in the actual correct spot. So I figure let's walk the house, and I'm going to point out a couple things that I found along the way, issues, and kind of walk and talk. So here's in the laundry room. So you got the cutouts for the dryer and the 220 outlet and the laundry box and all that. It's a dog wash station, kind of poor lighting. You can see on all the bathroom areas in the surround, they use this blue drywall. This is the mold resistant, used in wet areas. So it's certainly not waterproof, but this is kind of the base layer that you start with. One thing that you'll deal with at this stage is they will miss some cutouts, and that you'll have to then deal with. So sorry, I'm looking at this wire. It's really long. Anyway, so they cut out for the thermostat wire. So I got low voltage control wire and Ethernet for the thermostat. It's a half bath. You can't even see. Too dark. We don't have to worry about it. Guest bedroom. So one issue that I had, and this dealing with the only cut-in box that I had, and of course now that everything's drywalled, lighting, right? So I'm in a guest bath, and that box there is a box that I had to cut in, just with the way the studs fell and the positioning where I actually wanted it, and all the piping behind there. I couldn't get one of those adjustable rafter boxes in there. It just would not have worked. So float the box on the drywall via cut-in box after the fact. So we did that, but you can see here, I had to cut an access panel. And the reason is because my wire got pinched somewhere in here when they were hanging. So the wire that should have been, right behind that box was not. And I found it, and I saw that it was pinched. So I cut this access panel here. It was pinched behind the drain pipe, and I was able to kind of pull it free, luckily just with that panel. And so I just cut myself a square, do what I need to do, and then I saved that piece, and I just put it in the wall at an angle so that the tapers could get it, and I wrote patch on it, hard to see, with an up arrow for the orientation. So hopefully they will understand, hey, fix this however you need to. I figure I'd leave them the piece if they wanted to use it versus a patch, or however they want to do it. I don't care. I don't do drywall because I don't want to. Here's the tub. You see the tub surround. Again, more of that blue mold resistant drywall. So going into the kitchen here, right? Kitchen wall with all the cabinets and all the wires poking out for under cabinet lighting, range hood, and there's the oven wire there on the ground. So, and then moving into the living room, kind of the piece de resistance of the house, right? The big vaulted ceiling. There she be. So they got all that done. I think it turned out pretty well. All right, showed a couple of other features. I won't give you a tour of upstairs because, you know, it's a bunch of square bedrooms, right? You can kind of visualize what that looks like. But there's the master with that kind of octagonal shape and then vaulted ceilings. Here's how they did that. And the last piece of detail I can show you, kind of get you a view up there. The balcony is the stairwell because we've got that curved stairwell. And overall, I think it turned out pretty well. The drywaller guy was saying that the framers didn't have everything kind of perfect on the curve, so they basically did the best they could. I think it looks fine. I see a couple spots where he's talking about where it may not be a perfect curve, but I think overall they did a good job. And then under the stairwell is good too. Kind of more of the same. So this is all storage, right? But they sheetrocked all this in so that we've got all this storage. So there's the office. So that's about it. And of course, the fireplace. That is it for sheetrocking. Next up is mudding and taping. And so I'm looking forward to that for sure. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.